How's it going, everyone? Dan here, and welcome to kind of just like a gaming vlog thing is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to be playing this game in the background, for particularly no reason, just to give me something to concentrate on while I want to talk here a little bit. Because honestly, I've just been sitting here for like the past hour and a half, and I've been concerned with how I've been thinking, honestly. And what I've been thinking is like, am I just losing my gaming touch, As you guys know, I'm someone who has been hooked on MMOs and just gaming in general for like the longest time, right? And it's just, I don't know. Time and time again, every weekend I just find myself getting bored and bored and bored and bored every weekend. And it's not the fact that I don't have anything to play, it's just the fact that I don't know what it is. I can't describe the phenomenon that's going on right now. I have all these games in my Steam library to play, and yet I don't play them, or I think I've played them enough, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just, I can't really think of what's going on with me right now, and it sucks, really. And despite having an abundance of MMOs out there to play, just none of them really interest me enough to continue playing them for much longer than that, And I don't know if it's because I don't have any, I don't have anyone to play with. Everyone else is busy with school and such. So I don't really have anyone to play with. Because as you guys know, playing with friends is always, always a lot more funner. However, it's just like, I don't know what it is. And it's just bothering me so much, man. And I can't bring myself to think. Yeah, cause I hate feeling like this in general, but I have really no clue, and it's kind of mixing in with like my real life mood as well, just like being all sorts of depressed and stuff. So it's just, I mean, it's not even like a super depression. It's nothing like super serious. It's just a feeling that I just don't like to have around, and I really just don't know what it is. Ugh. I don't know. I feel like just MMOs are just not as good as they used to be to me anymore. I mean, I might be wrong. Everyone's probably got their own MMOs that they're playing, but as an avid MMO gamer, there's not many multiplayer games out there anymore that can grab me like like Mobby or RuneScape did. And I don't know if it's because I'm becoming more picky of a gamer, or if it's because like the whole popular genres of games that are that have come out recently have almost all been basically the same. You got a bunch of shooters that are like team-based shooters. You got Overwatch, you got Paladins that just came out, you got just all. I mean, there's much more than just those two. Those are just two that come to mind right now. But they're all just like the same genre, and I don't know what it is. Just like they're not what I'm interested in. I'm not saying it doesn't have to be a shooter, but there aren't any games out there right now that have like grasped me completely, And just, I don't know. I really don't. I feel like maybe I'm just losing a little bit of my gaming touch. Maybe I'm burning out of everything. And I don't want to, because this is a hobby I've had since I was a little kid. I've always been the gamer, and I've met everyone that I know through gaming and online in general. It's just, I don't know, man. It's tough. It really is tough to describe what I'm thinking about right now. I'm literally not even concentrating on the game right now, because it's just like this is like a game I've played all the time. So it's not the fact that I don't know what to say. It's just the fact that I don't know how to describe what I'm going through. And I don't think I'm the only one who is going through that. I've talked to the guys a lot recently, and they've all pretty much said the same thing. There's not a game out there that, everyone can really commit to right now that won't feel like a waste of time in about a week. Because we've been through that so many times where we sit down, or we find a game that looks interesting, somehow. It's some miracle we find a game to play. And then, like, usually the first day we play it, we don't go super hard on it, but we ended up having a good few laughs the first day we play it, and we have fun. Or at least so we think. Everyone says we have fun. And then usually the very second day is different because, you know, not everyone's on to play it. So usually only half of us play it the second day. And what happens is, like, I don't know what it is, like maybe one of us loses interest or one of us gets behind a little bit, say level wise, because it's a game dependent on levels most of the time, and it throws it all out of whack. And then we end up getting disinterested and we quit, and then the cycle starts over and over again. And I just don't know, man. That's just what the guys in general is what we usually go through. But I don't know. I've not found a game that, you know, despite not being able to play with anyone, I've been able to play it constantly. Hell, even Tree of Savior, a game that as soon as it came out into open beta, I pretty much, you know, played immediately, even though no one was playing with me, and I was fine for a while. And I guess the grind hit me or something. But my feeling is if I don't have anyone to play with, you know, that I can trust, when it comes to like multiplayer games like that are become eventually dependent on having others to play with, I guess that's what's really stopping me most of all. You know, if I don't have people to play with and, you know, I can depend on, then what's the point? Well, I'm not gonna have fun. And I'm not saying I wouldn't have fun if I played with, you know, with other people who aren't my friends. Obviously, that's what that's what multiplayer means. You gotta play with other people, you know. I'm not averse to playing with randoms. It's just I honestly think League has just like what's the word I'm looking for? League is like, I guess, spoiled me. Not really spoiled me, but caused me to become a very, very averse to playing with randoms. Because just League is that game that has caused me so much frustration and so much anxiety from talking to people, because you never know how people are gonna react. And it's funny because here in in real life, I tend to not want to talk to anyone at all because I don't know how they're gonna react. It's like I have this weird fear of reactions where, you know, if inside I do want to meet someone new, say I don't know someone and I do want to introduce myself to them, I'll want to do it, but at the same time I don't, because I don't know how they'll react. And it's just time and time again I've had just random outbursts, or just, I don't know, I haven't really had a time where someone has really not wanted to talk to me, but I guess there's been too many times that shoot, what am I trying to say? There's been too many times where someone seemingly doesn't want to talk to me, where they want to end the conversation immediately, or they don't really care. I mean, we talk good for a little while, and then all of a sudden, like later on down the road, you know, they act like they don't know me anymore. It's like, I don't know, man. And to put that in the online perspective, when it comes to team games like that, or when it comes just to MMOs in general, you generally have to, you know, cooperate and listen. And then when it comes to like saying you need something, say you needed like a really important item or something, and you gotta ask for that item now. And now all of a sudden you're gonna have this big argument, or they're gonna be like, okay, cool. It's half and half, and 75% of the time it's not even gonna be that calm of an argument. It's never that calm of an argument. And I've seen way too many times, more than not, where like someone's gonna get angry over some simple thing in a game, whether they win or lose, and it bothers me. But at the same time, that doesn't mean it doesn't happen when it comes to just, you know, playing with friends either, because no matter what you do, at the end of the day, someone always gets frustrated no matter what. Again, experience from other games, I've played with the guys and people have gotten mad. Not all the time, but it has happened where people get mad just because something goes wrong. And I don't understand why it's so hard to accept failure, you know? know, it happens. No one's perfect at a game at first. No one really isn't perfect. And yet, you know, people never can accept that. And that's why I typically don't speak to anyone in games anymore, because every game has, like, made me just stereotype randoms in general. But then that doesn't seem right either. You know, the more I think about it, having that way of thinking is actually not good. I mean, it's obviously not good, but having that way of thinking is not good because, you know, there are people out there who can accept failure. But I don't know. Just playing too many competitive games has gotten me all sorts of screwed up when it comes to, like I said, just when it comes to messing with randoms or just talking to people in general. And I can't bring myself to depend on someone. No, I can't bring myself to join a guild if it comes to a game that comes to a guild. Because, again, in most games that I typically like, I can level to the end game just fine. It's the fact that the end game is what causes you to have to ask people for help, and if you don't fill a specific role, or you don't have a specific item, or you don't know specific knowledge, even though you just started playing the game, and they expect you to know the freaking boss patterns and everything on the very first turn, or if you're just a newbie in general, people won't play with you. I've seen this happen time and time again, no matter what game it is. Every end game of a game that's been around for a while always ends in the same shit, you know. Randoms not wanting to accept, you know, new people because they're learning the patterns, or they're learning the gimmicks, or they're learning something. Like they act like no one, they weren't there themselves. Maybe like a year ago or 2 years ago, or however long ago it's been. Just like no one understands it anymore. Again, big reason why I don't like randoms, man. I just don't. I prefer to play with friends if I can. If not, okay, then it better be a game that literally just started and no one has any prior experience in, because I don't want to hear no friggin' bullshit of like metas forming just because I don't know the meta, or I don't know the boss patterns, you know. Like I mentioned in the meta video, where literally metas form in games, in every game. It doesn't matter what kind of game it is, a meta will always form. You know, you need this and this and this class because this class is best at this, and this class is best at this, and this class is best at this, and this class is useless and it does no damage, so who doesn't need that? And this class does this job, and this job does this job, but we can't bring any of these, and blah blah. It's like you're tuning people out, man. Dragon S is a good example of like a game that's been around for a while, and yet a meta has formed for the bosses. Hey, you don't have this good enough of gear, well, you can't run. Actually, it's not even just Dragon S that does that now. Like I said, any game that's been out for a while that has like bosses, you'll see that people will not take you unless you know what you're doing. I've even seen that in Final Fantasy XIV, where like a group will not take someone because they just so happen to play a different way, you know? Sure, I understand wiping is a big thing. You know, wiping is something that, you know, people don't like to do, but at the same time, it's part of the game, man. You should, you know, at least try to teach the person who didn't do something ideally what they did wrong, and maybe they'll learn, maybe they won't, but at least you're willing to, you know, allow it to happen instead of just, you know, not doing anything at all. But this could be flipped, you know, that could be a reverse script. If I don't like randoms, and say I was in the top situation. But I've already been in the top situation, man, and I've been willing to let people play with me. Look at Mobby. Literally, I was willing to help so many people in Mobby. I didn't care what it was, I was going to help people in that game. And that's what I was there for, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it 100%. So I guess I'm technically not a hypocrite, but at the same time, it's like, I can see how that can be flipped both ways, you know. If I don't like randoms, say I was in the same situation. I don't know. Anyway, it's just like, I just, long story short, I don't really know what's going on for me right now. I want to say I'm in like a gaming rut, but I'm not, because I've actually been really enjoying the games I've been playing lately. I want to say part of it's due to the fact that like my views on YouTube are all over the freaking place. But then I realized that that was expected to begin with, because I am doing, like I said, one of the most common video archetypes on YouTube ever in the Let's Play department. And that's the whole reason why, you know, my Mobby videos probably got the most views, because this was like a specific type of content that not many people were doing videos for. Hence why I was, you know, growing so much as a Mobby tuber, and hence why, you know, now even to this day, even with the Bijou server stuff, I still have like that fan base, or that following that still follows Mobby stuff and nothing else. Am I upset about it? Kinda. Yeah, I really am, honestly. If I must say, part of the stress is probably due to seeing, like, you know, the Mobby / Bijou content get pretty much the same amount of views it did back on the old channel. Which then, when I think about that, that makes me realize, then what was the point of even, you know, deleting the old channel to begin with? Which again just makes me think more and more about how, you know, deleting the old channel was basically something I did out of pure spite and stress. You know, it's just a big chain reaction of thoughts and the thoughts and the thoughts and the thoughts and the thoughts. But anyway, as I was saying, it's just like, it's like a really long chain of like constant thoughts upon thoughts, and then like just thought processes and the thought processes on like what's going on, and it overall just stresses me out, and that's not what should be happening. You know, again, I just find myself like questioning if I should be doing any of this anymore, and I don't like to be thinking like that either. You know, I don't like to be thinking all these negative thoughts all the time. I'm overall not even a negative person in general, but I guess just all these things seemingly not going my way has just started to collect in my mind and cause me to stress out more and more and more. So there's like the illusion that I'm like always this like sappy person who always just does nothing but be depressed. And I've had friends literally tell me that straight to my face, literally say, you know, why you just go and be depressed all the time and blah blah blah. And like, it's kind of like that thing where like seemingly I think I'm having friends, but then they turn around and say some super insulting thing that they say they're joking about, and then they actually do mean, and I freaking hate that. You know, I've literally had one of my friends say that to me about, you know, being depressed all the time and using that as an insult against me, and I don't like that. But I don't like to be like this. I'm not normally like this. In fact, if I could act like I usually used to act like all the time again, that'd be great. But the last time I acted like normally was honestly back when I was maybe way back. It's been a while. It's been a really long while. In fact, it was probably before high school even started was when I actually acted normal. But none of my life has really been straightforward normal at all. Heck, in fact, the place that I probably act more of myself is at work, ironically now. I wish I was joking, but you know, I act myself more at work than I act anywhere else. Because just the people I interact with at work, usually, I guess the people I work with at work, you know, they usually don't judge me because we all have something in common. We all work at the same place, and it somehow acts as a common interest to keep us all together. I got off track. I got off topic a little bit, but you know, at this point, I think I've pretty much said all I've said, or all I want to say. And I know this is a weird way to get the point across, but I just wanted to play something to, you know, help me relax and keep my mind flowing, because I used to play this game all the time to like keep my brain like preparing power and my like reflexes going. I mean, I know this doesn't really help reflexes that much, but it does help a little bit, you know, especially when you play this game on like max speed and like hard difficulty or like etc. And the game gradually speeds up, but you know, it's nothing too bad. Plus, it's on normal right now, so ain't nothing terrible. But anyway, I'm not gonna get off track anymore. I've pretty much said all I really need to say. So I guess I'm just gonna play the rest of this out. I don't really know how I'm gonna do that, but I do want to say thank you for listening. You have. I know Let's Plays aren't really everyone's forte here on this channel. Everyone's here for mobby stuff and blah blah blah. But you know, if you do withstand this the Let's Play stuff, because the Let's Play stuff really is something I enjoy doing. I mean, I enjoy mobby as much as the next guy, but I just really, oh crap. Fuck, I forgot to switch that around. Anyway, as I was saying, just I enjoy the mobby stuff as much as the next guy, but I just wish that my Let's Play stuff would get, you know, at least a fraction of the views or the number of subs that I have, because what I don't want to see is this channel turn around and be the same stuff that I deleted, you know, because that would just make it, like I said, it just makes me think about what was the point. What was the point of me going through any of the things that I've done over the past year, deleting the channel, etc. There was no point to it. No point at all. Because we ended up at the very same circle. This is why I didn't want to make videos on the Bijou server to begin with. I just wanted it to be for fun. But then I thought about it more. I wanted it to be for everyone, to let everyone have a place to have fun. But then I realized, you know, it's a weird balance. It's a balance that I feel like is just going to make me get more and more stressed out. So I don't even know anymore. Man, like I said, I'm not going to drag on any longer. I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog slash not vlog, gaming vlog, whatever you want to call it. I will see you guys next time with some more videos. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your support. And I will see you guys next time. See you then.